Greetings, my scattered brothers and sisters in the Lord. Trust you know the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you know that His presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. Well, we're continuing on with Elijah, and he's about to have this contest with the prophets of Baal. But before we get to the actual contest, I want to cover the passage right before it. So, 1 Kings chapter 18. And some of this is a little bit of a repeat, but we'll go ahead and pick it up at verse 16. So 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 16. So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. When he saw Elijah, he said to him, "Is that you, you troubler of Israel?" "I have not made trouble for Israel," Elijah replied, "but you and your father's family have. You have abandoned the Lord's commands and have followed the Baals. Now summon the people from all over Israel to meet me on Mount Carmel, and bring the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah who eat at Jezebel's table." So Ahab sent word throughout all Israel and assembled the prophets on Mount Carmel. Elijah went before the people and said, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal is God, follow him." But the people said nothing. Then Elijah said to them, "I am the only one of the Lord's prophets left, but Baal has 450 prophets. Get 2 bulls for us. Let Baal's prophets choose one for themselves, and let them cut it into pieces and put it on the wood, but not set fire to it. I will prepare the other bull and put it on the wood, but not set fire to it. Then you call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord. The God who answers by fire, he is God." Then all the people said, "What you say is good." So they're going to have this contest, and we'll read more and hear more about the contest in days to come. But what especially catches my attention is that Elijah has to call the people to declare whom they're going to serve. And they're silent. They said nothing. He's telling them that they have to choose either they're going to serve the Lord or they're going to serve Baal. But you can't have it both ways. You got to serve one or you got to serve the other. And the people are just silent. And so finally Elijah sets up the contest, and the God that answers by fire, that's the one that is the true God. And the people say, "What you say is good." But I'm just kind of puzzled. How did they get to this point to where when he tells them you got to choose who you're going to serve, they say nothing? What happened to get them there? Because they had been the Lord's people. And so I don't know whether they were silent because of fear that Jezebel, Ahab's wife, the queen, was having the prophets of the Lord executed. And so they're fearful that they'll face the same consequences, that if they say we're going to serve the Lord, that they'll feel the wrath of Jezebel upon them. I don't know whether they had begun to worship Baal themselves, and so now they felt like they were caught between two gods and really didn't know which one was the true God. I don't know how they got to where they were, but in some way they drifted from serving the Lord to thinking that they could serve the Lord and Baal, to thinking that maybe they didn't really have to make a choice. They could just go along with whatever was, in vogue, in style. And at this time, worshiping Baal was in style because of Jezebel and what she was doing, and because Ahab would not stand up to her. I don't know, but Elijah brings them to this place to where you got to make a choice. I wonder how often that happens in our lives, to where we're at a crossroads and we have to make a choice. Are we going to serve the Lord, or are we going to kind of go along with the crowd, go along with the flow, and serve other gods? And we drift. And we've made a decision at some point in our lives that we're going to serve Christ, that we're going to serve the Lord, and then drift happens. And I wonder how often we need to get called out on that drift, and we have to re-choose. Choose you this day whom you're going to serve. Jesus said you can't serve God and money. Joshua, back in his day, called the people out. Choose you this day whom you will serve. Here's Elijah calling them out. If the Lord is God, serve him with all you got. If Baal is God, then serve Baal. But you got to make a choice. And so today, that's kind of what's being impressed upon me. I think maybe impressed upon all of us, that we have these days where we have to make a choice. Who are we going to serve? May God help us not to be silent. Help us, God, to choose to serve you, and to serve you with all of our heart and soul and mind and strength. Well, God bless, and wherever you're scattered today, don't just be silent. Make the choice. The Lord is God. Christ is risen. He is Lord. He's the one that's worthy of our lives, worthy of our love, worthy of our trust, worthy of our service, our worship. God bless. Have a great day.